So, it has been a little more than a week now since that tornado hit Rocky Mount and narrowly missed a building full of kids. It's a remarkable story of care and preparedness at St. Stephen's Loving Daycare Center in Rocky Mount. The workers, they gathered the kids together, 67 of them, secured the cribs, kept everyone calm while this EF3 tornado ripped through. We highlighted this amazing story and posted it online. You can find it at WRAL.com. Now, over the past week, we revisited that story countless times. We probably said the word daycare over 100 times on air here, which I did find a bit ironic considering this email that we got less than an hour before that storm hit. The State Department of Health and Human Services sent this memo to the media telling us to shift our language from daycare to childcare, calling it an antiquated term, saying daycare is, quote, at best inaccurate. Nobody cares for days, and at worst, it ignores the science of healthy development at the expense of young children, their families, and early childhood teachers. Something I've never really thought of before. I mean, now that I do think about it, why do people call me a news anchor? I'm not made of steel. They don't drop me off the side of a boat. What should they call me? I'm curious. What should they call me? What do you think? Email me at dan@WRAL.com. Be creative. Don't worry. I have thick skin. Don't say anything about my tiny head. I am super self-conscious about that. I mean that literally, not figuratively. That said, it's not lost on me that I sound a bit cynical here. So I called the people at DHHS and asked, with all the crises facing the childcare industry, why bother with semantics?
The scope of the work for being an early educator, a preschool teacher is way, way more than what we would think of as a babysitter or a nanny. And so the term daycare is really more from, a time past where children were in an out-of-home setting so that parents could go to work.
All right, okay. I mean, throwing a little shade at babysitters and nannies, but I get it. The workers don't like the term. Many of them are highly trained with years of schooling, and it's insulting to some of them. Not the people who named St. Stephen's Loving Daycare Center in Rocky Mount, but everyone's different. And I'm going to listen to the professionals here and give them this courtesy that they have earned, because honestly, where would we be without them? Imagine COVID without them. My family's livelihood has depended on childcare workers, and I mean that very literally. My wife and I would not have the lives, the family, or careers that we have without them. And let's face it, the industry, frankly, needs a win. Okay, in April, childcare workers, you probably remember from across the state, rallied in Raleigh outside of the General Assembly. They want better pay and benefits. The average wage in North Carolina is about $12 an hour, and if they don't get help from the state, the only way to get it is to raise prices for care. And in 2020, check out this headline. Our reporting found that the average cost of daycare in North Carolina is higher than college tuition. Yes, I know I said daycare. I'm just reading the headline, okay? In 2020, the average cost was about $9,200 a year. That's a lot of money. And it's gotten more expensive since, with another spike expected next year. This article is from a news outlet in Charlotte from last month. It explains NC daycare centers predict price hikes without state money. Well, we really do say daycare a lot. I'm starting to see why that is so annoying to them. Wallet Hub published a survey this year that ranks North Carolina dead last in the nation for the cost of childcare. They found that only 26.7% of families can afford care without exceeding the federal recommendation of spending no more than 10% of family income on childcare. And listen to this. This is the best part. Even with childcare being too expensive for 75% of us, there are still 30,000 children on a wait list. Isn't that something? So, yeah, okay. I'll stop saying daycare. Tell me your thoughts. Give me your opinions on this story or anything else you're curious about. Tell me what is on your mind, and we will go in depth.
Oh, the child care situation, it's something else. Child care workers, we love you.
We do.